Imagine this, you're wandering through the woods when you stumble upon a strange artifact lying before a mysterious hole in the ground. Drawn by curiosity, you approach the hole, peering into its depths. Suddenly, you feel a strange connection, as if something from within is reaching out, hypnotizing your mind. What secrets does this hole hold? And what message is it trying to convey?
Before we dive into this story, if you're new here, consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes today, so hit that like button if you enjoy the content.
The story begins with a family venturing into the woods. The child stumbles upon an unusual artifact in front of a strange, cave-like structure. Excited, he shows the artifact to his parents. The mother, feeling an eerie sensation, urges them to leave the woods immediately. However, the father, driven by curiosity, decides to investigate further with their son, also in search of the family dog. As they approach the cave, the father becomes entranced by the dark hole. He stares into it, hypnotized as if it's whispering secrets only he can hear. His trance is broken when his son shakes him out of it. Returning home, the father begins to act strangely. He's quieter, haunted by something unseen. The wife notices his odd behavior and questions him, but he remains silent. The next day, after the mother and child leave for school, the father commits a horrifying act. He kills the family dog and drags its lifeless body back to the woods, leaving it at the entrance of the cave. Suddenly, skeletal hands emerge from the darkness, pulling the corpse into the depths. Later that night, after the wife falls asleep, leaving their son playing in his room. But there was something sinister waiting for her mother to drift back to sleep. Something dark took over the father. Possessed by an unknown force, he quietly enters his son's room and brutally kills him with an axe. As this horrific act unfolds, the mother suddenly awakens, sensing that something is terribly wrong. She frantically searches the house, her heart pounding with fear. In the kitchen, she comes face to face with her husband, who is holding a bag filled with the dismembered remains of their son. The sight is beyond comprehension. In shock and horror, she confronts him, but he only looks at her with hollow eyes, seemingly remorseful but lost to the madness. In the heat of the moment, she grabs a kitchen knife and, in a desperate attempt to defend herself, she kills him. However, during the struggle, she sustains severe injuries. As she lies bleeding on the floor, her gaze falls upon the cursed artifact her son brought home. Suddenly, her demeanor changes, her expression becomes twisted, controlled by the same dark force that consumed her husband. In the final scene, we see her standing before the cave-like structure in the woods, dragging the lifeless bodies of her husband and son behind her. She offers them as sacrifices to the creatures lurking within the hole. In an instant, skeletal hands emerge, dragging the bodies into the darkness. In a chilling final act, she steps forward and sacrifices herself, becoming the last of her family to be consumed by the malevolent force within the hole. This terrifying story is captured in the short horror film available now on YouTube. You can find the link in the description. And if you're into sci-fi, aliens, and conspiracy theories, check out my original story involving extraterrestrials and AI. It's a mind-bending experience that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Click on the banner to dive into the mystery. Trust me, you won't regret it.